Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Halloween. Feels like Halloween. I'm not necessarily to the happy Halloween part yet, but I'm working on getting there today. There's my pool crew lady down there in her nightgown. Ma'am, it is 12:59 p.m. She's down there in her nightgown, arranging her pumpkins. Yeah, it doesn't, feels like Halloween, it just doesn't feel like happy Halloween yet. So I wasn't necessarily sure if I was going to vlog today or not, but yesterday was, really helpful for me to vlog. I think I really needed that distraction yesterday, and, I mean, wow, just the overwhelming amount of comments and support and love that you guys gave me was just incredible yesterday. Both Alex and I gave both of us. And I'm so thankful for that. It's hard for me just to sit around and not do nothing and just, you know, like... Like, when I feel like I can get, because like somebody said yesterday, you know, in one of the comments, they said, well, it might be good for you, because, you know, to like, because I, you know, leading up to this, I've been saying it's been good for me to get in a video and flip a fan and laugh and whatever. And somebody said, well, that might be good for you. You're absolutely right. It will be good for me. I'm just not there yet. I just don't know that I can sit in like a drama video and, crack jokes and, I mean, I have like 20 TV reviews to do, but this feels very safe to me. This feels, not that those channels don't, that's not what I mean. It just feels like, I just feel like I'm just talking over here, you know? I mean, that's really what I do on all my channels, I guess. I don't know, I just... Maybe tomorrow, you know, maybe Saturday, I'll feel like I can pop a fan and be funny. I'm just not there yet today. I'm feeling better today. But I'm just not there yet today. So this, being able to vlog is like a good transition into getting back to things. But being able to film videos on YouTube and you guys watching them and then leaving the comments and then, you know, eventually getting back to doing the drama videos and booktube videos and reviews and all that kind of stuff and being able to laugh, that will be helpful for me, you know? I just don't know if I feel it in my heart yet. I'm still having a hard time looking at pictures and videos of Boo Radley. Last night I went in and I looked at some pictures, a few of them, and I had like some videos and stuff. I was like, in my head I was like, why did I... It was when I was closing down my iPad. So when I close down my iPad, it'll have like, you know, at the top it like has this little like picture thing and it'll say something and it said like pet pictures 2023. And, so I hit it, and it was all these pictures of Boo Radley, and I just got really, really sad, and I just was like, I can't do this yet. I'm still struggling with that. It's weird, I don't really know why. I mean, obviously because I'm sad and I miss him, right? But like, with PP and Tucker, it wasn't that way. I don't know, maybe if it's like if I look at the pictures and the videos and it makes it like more real than it already is, but I already know that it's real, so. But anyway, thank you for providing a safe space for me to find a distraction today, because I needed it. Because last night I was going to bed, and I was like, I don't really know what I'm going to do tomorrow before Alex gets home, so I called Caroline. So we're going over to my cousin Caroline's house for Halloween. Back in the day, for those of you that watched for a long time, you'll remember, we would go over to Caroline's early, and then we would go over to Melissa's later. Well, last year, we all did something different. because we would go over and we would to Melissa's house, and it would be like Alex and I, Aaron and Eric, and Melissa and Jason, and the three of us would, or the three couples would watch like old Roseanne episodes of Halloween, and we would watch the original Halloween movie and stuff like that. And then when Melissa would make 3 different kinds of chili, she would make the main pot of chili with, she'd have 3 crock pots set up. The big crock pot with the beans and the ground beef and everything like that, and then she'd have a smaller crock pot, a little small crock pot just for Aaron, because Aaron doesn't like beans. So it would have everything minus beans, and then she'd have the little crock pot for me that had everything minus ground beef, because I'm a vegetarian. But we didn't do Halloween last year, and I didn't think that we were doing it this year, so Alex and I just planned to go over to Caroline's for the whole night. And Melissa texted us late last night, and she was like, hey, she was like, I know, because she obviously had reached out to us about Boo and stuff like that. And she's like, I don't know if you guys feel like doing anything on Halloween. She's like, but at the last minute I kind of decided to like throw it together or something. So she was like, we're going to have Aaron and Eric over here, and if you guys want to come over here too, she was like, you know, we would love to have you. She was like, if you're feeling like getting out of the house. And so we texted back that we were going to go over to Caroline's house. If we end up leaving there, then we'll stop by Melissa and Jason's on the way home, but because theirs usually goes a little bit later. I mean, theirs, like, it's a huge party. I mean, Caroline's, it's literally like her son and his girlfriend, and they both have to work, so they won't be getting over there till later. And then her stepson and his wife, and they both have to work. And I think Caroline's having like one friend. It's gonna be like 4 people, but they're making chili. She's making, her husband Mike made chili. So anyway, I called her yesterday, and I was like, she was like, are you still wanting to come over here early? And I was like, yeah, but I just kind of wanted to find out like a time and whatever. And she was like, well, because she had just gotten back into town from Michigan. And she was like, I have a bunch of stuff to do. I have to go to the grocery store and stuff like that. She was like, I would love to have you over here early, but I don't know how early I'm going to be ready and stuff like that. And she was like, if you want to just come over here and sit, you can. And I was like, okay, well, what would be ideal for you? Well, the whole thing starts at 5. And she was like, well, probably like 4:30, honestly. She's like, because I've got a lot of stuff to do. I don't even know what time I'm going to get home. So Alex is supposed to be done at 4 today. Today was the first day of like this big meeting that he has. It's like a 2-day annual meeting that they have. And so today's the first day of that. And they're supposed to be done like 4:45 or 4. So he's going to run home, and it's weird where my head goes. I was like, because I can remember like before, like we were talking about this before, and Alex was like, if you want to take an Uber over to Caroline's, this was before this is before Boo Radley passed away. And he said, you know, if you want to give him his 2 o'clock dose and then go over to Caroline's, and then I can come home and let him out, so that then we can, you know, I can meet you over to Caroline's. But anyway, so I said, well, I just won't come over early. I'll just come with Alex instead. It's weird. It's the little things like that, you know? Today was trash day. So Alex was getting all the trash together last night. We were standing there, and I don't know how I said it in my video yesterday, but I was talking about like with PP and the medicine, and somebody asked me, they DM'd me and they said, do you still have PP's medicine sitting out? PP passed away December 2019. No, we do not have PP's medicine sitting out. That lasted like 3 or 4 days. But I had a hard time letting go of PP's medicine because it was the routine of it. We had Boo Radley's medicine still sitting out on the counter with like the syringes and stuff. And so the night before I had gone in, so we had clear, like the syringes, they don't have needles in them, or just where they put the liquid in them. We had clear ones, and then we had these orange ones. And the orange ones Alex had marked with like Sharpies of like how many milligrams to, you know, put in there and stuff. And so I put aside in my little drawer over there, I put 2 of the orange syringes, which I knew that he would think was cheesy. Because I knew we needed to throw away them. I mean, there's no reason to keep the medicine out there. It's just comforting to me to think that, like, okay. But I knew that we didn't need to keep the medicine anymore. So Alex was getting the trash together before he was going to bed last night. We were standing in the kitchen. And I said, I guess we should probably throw the medication away. Like, there's no reason to keep it anymore. I don't know why it's always medication that like really gets me. And I said, I think we should just probably throw the medication away. And he was like, well, if you're ready to, babe. And I was like, I said, I know it's stupid. Like, I know it's stupid just keeping it out there on the counter. And he was like, if it makes you feel better, let's just keep it out there on the counter, you know? And I was like, no, there's no reason to keep it. I know that. And so I threw the threw the medication. He was holding the trash bag, and I threw all the medication in there and the syringes and everything like that. I kept the 2 little syringes, and I told Alex that later that night. Well, I talked to Tanya right after that, and I was talking to her, and I was just like a mess, and I was like, I don't know why the medication is like the one thing, and she's like, it's the routine, it's the, because I still am like, oh, 2 o'clock, I gotta give Boo his medicine, 10 o'clock, you know, who's gonna give him his medicine, you know, things like that. And so I was talking to Tanya, and she was telling me that her recovery dog that she got, so she got a dog that was her recovery dog when she got sober. Tanya's been sober a year less than I have. I've been sober 29, so she'll in February. Tanya will have been sober 29 years. And her recovery dog passed away. I don't even know how long ago. I mean, it's been like, it's been a long time. I mean, 15, 18 years ago or something like that. She said, I still have a bottle of medicine of hers up in the cabinet. I go, you do not. She was like, I just cannot throw it away, Peter. She was like, I just cannot throw it away. She was like, I totally understand you on that. So I was telling Alex last night. And he said, I just don't understand why that's the one thing that you want to keep. He was like, isn't that kind of like a reminder of things that are sad? And I go, well, do you even want to keep, do you want to keep anything? Because like with Pee-Pee, he like folded up, I don't know why this is making me laugh, because just our conversation last night was so silly. But he like folded up this, oh God, what do you call it? This quilt that Pee-Pee slept on at night, and put like, wrapped it in this ribbon, and it still smells like Pee-Pee, and I don't know if it still does or not, I haven't brought it out in forever. But he like put like one of his stuffed animals in there, like one of the ladies, lamb chops, we call them ladies, and he like wrapped it up and he tied it with this ribbon and stuff like that, real nice. And I said, is there anything that you want to keep of Boo Radley's? And he was like, yeah. He was like, the Costco blankets, I think we should wrap those up if we're not going to use them. Or, you know, his purple bed obviously reminds us so much of him, and like, whatever. And he was like, but no, why would I want to keep a bottle of medicine around that reminds me that my dog was sick? And I was like, well, I guess I get that. I mean, I do. Like, I mean, it totally makes sense, right? You know, but I don't know. I think it's just a routine. And then I was laying there in bed last night. I took a nap after I got done. Well, I took a nap after all this. I crashed last night. I don't know. I must have been storing up and needing sleep for the last month or something. I don't even know what I said in my vlog yesterday, if you want to know the truth. I mean, I looked when I put it together, and I was like, it was like an hour and 14 minutes. Now her husband's leaving, walking somewhere. I was putting something in the trash. Something's going on over there. The House of Halloween. I got done with that vlog yesterday, and I like put it together, and it was like an hour and 14 minutes. And I was like, what in the hell's name did I say for an hour and 14 minutes? I didn't even remember what I talked about in the vlog yesterday. I probably won't remember what I talked about in this vlog. Maybe this is why it's healthy for me. I don't know. But, Alex put out the trash, I talked to Tanya, and then I crashed. I mean, I took like a 2.5 hour nap and completely crashed out. Slept so deep. And, when I woke up, it was the weirdest thing. My first thought, because forever I kept her in the corner. And I'm like looking over at the corner, and I've got like Boo's purple bed and his like 2 of his blankets that we had, you know, whatever, folded over there and stuff. And I got this scratch last night too. I don't know how I got it, but I had it folded up over there. And for some reason, I thought about that stupid calming duck that I bought him, that LaDonna duck that he hated. Remember, I called her LaDonna duck, and he hated her. But, like, I don't know why, like, in that moment, I didn't laugh. Like, I mean, I'm laughing now, but I'm laughing at kind of the ridiculousness of it, honestly. The ridiculousness of the things that you think about when you're grieving, you know? Like, I mean, in every situation I've grieved, there's been moments like this. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and I was like, LaDonna Duck. Like, this is my thought pattern. What a waste of money. That didn't do any good. He didn't care about LaDonna. I mean, it was like I got so serious about LaDonna Duck last night, you know? Who'd care about that calming duck that was like $30 or something like that? It doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things. It's so insanely quiet in the house. Like, Alex and I were talking about that last night. It's hard. It's really hard. You know, I'm here all day long, and so, like, when he was here, I mean, it's only been 2 days, and so I'm not really that used to it yet, but I think, like, in some ways, like, Alex, like, okay, you know, we each have our own things that we're used to. I don't know why my hand is itching me, and I have a scratch on me from yesterday. I don't know what is going on. But I think that we have our own things that we remember, obviously, you know, like our own experiences. And so, like, Alex took me around yesterday when he got home. And we ran a bunch of errands and whatever. I was actually, like, waiting out here when he, like, came home. He pulled up and we ran out and did some stuff. Got a fountain pop yesterday, which was really nice. I drank it over about 6 hours. I kept on putting it in the refrigerator to pull it out later. And, you know what? I didn't even bring my reading glasses with me. I don't know what I would need to read, but I was, like, looking at the time. I have no idea what the time says. I did make a cup of pumpkin spice coffee, though. It's like it's Halloween. I guess I should drink with a cardinal cup. Oh, for my mom. I didn't even think about that. Hot coffee today because it's cooler outside. But anyway, getting out of the house yesterday was nice. Coming home was really hard. We pulled in the garage and, like, Alex always goes in first. Usually, like, he gets out quick and he goes in first. And so he was going inside and, like, he opened the door. And whenever he opens the door, like, he'll always say, because he's called Boo Radley Booby forever. And he's always like, Booby, we're home. And I just was, like, getting out of the passenger side door. And he, like, walked in and he, like, opened the door for a second. And then he just kind of, like, stood there. Like it hit him, you know? That Boo was no longer there. A couple people have asked, well, like, what happened, and I know people are kind of confused. And I said in the vlog yesterday, like, I wasn't really ready to talk about it. Which, in all honesty, I think it's kind of a weird thing that somebody would say that, and then you would expect from them to say, like, well, he didn't even say this. It's kind of like, I said I wasn't ready to talk about it yet, to relive that night, you know? I wouldn't force anybody to relive their darkest moments just out of curiosity, you know, but, the first goal, because I did update so much on what was going on, the first goal was to manage the seizures, which we were doing. The second part was that once we managed the seizures, to slow down the walking and the pacing, because it was affecting the pain in his legs. And it was affecting his overall quality of life. And that if we could do that, I mean, I feel like I shared this, like, so many days in a row. It's like, I feel like everybody knows this now, that the reason we started giving him trazodone was because I reached out to the doctor and I said, you know, like, there's got to be something for anxiety or whatever. So we started the trazodone. And that was supposed to give him, like, let him sleep through the night. And then if he could sleep through the night, then it wouldn't be him pacing for 12 hours a day, which was ultimately hurting his legs and causing him to be in pain because it was giving him some rest. And then the more nights that he slept in a row, maybe it would take the pain away, because a lot of what was happening, we thought, and what our vet thought, was that he was walking to get away from the pain. Well, the trazodone did work for a few days. And then it started to not work. And I said that on here, where he would sleep a half an hour and get up for an hour. So, who was this pulling in front of my house so slow, staring over here? So, there was many parts of the day where he was walking. And the night before he passed away, like, I think I said it on here, like, he, like, slept for, like, a half an hour. He was, like, up an hour. And that was on top of him, like, having walked most of the day. And you could tell that he was, like, in discomfort. Like, he would sit down and then he would stand right back up, because it was, like, it hurt him to lay down. So it just kind of got worse and worse that night. And, you know, in talking to our vet and stuff, and she was telling us what to do to give, you know, more gabapentin for the pain, and then, like, trazodone, and hopefully if we could get him to have, like, one good night's sleep, then maybe it could, like, but it was becoming too much at that point. It was becoming that the lack of sleep was catching up with the pain. He wasn't getting long enough periods of sleep. And we just knew that it was time. It was just, there wasn't, he would do okay for, you know, an hour or two, and then it just was time. It just was time, you know, and we knew it. And our vet, who is amazing and was there for us always, very late at night, you know, she said, I'm gonna always be direct with you guys and tell you when it's time. And she said it's time, and we knew it was time. And I miss him like crazy, you know, because I thought that we could, I thought he was gonna get through this, you know. He was such a resilient, strong dog, but he just couldn't, and it just was too much for him. And it just, like, he was doing better, and I had so much hope, and Alex had hope, but I think I had more hope than anybody, and it just was time. And just that day was just, it was not good for him that day. That night was just, it was a lot, and it just was time for him. And we knew it. You know, I'm just kind of tired of being, like, sad all the time, you know? I mean, I know it's only been a couple of days and stuff like that, but it's like, I'm excited to, like, go to Caroline's tonight. I said in my vlog yesterday, like, because Alex has this thing, and then tomorrow his coworkers, she lives right by us, she's having some stuff. Like, I don't know them really well. Like, I know her and her husband a little bit, but, like, everybody else that's coming, I don't really know them. And what I meant by that was that I don't want to be around a bunch of people that I don't know, where I have to be like, oh, yeah, it's nice to meet, oh, what do I do? Oh, I make videos on YouTube. Oh, what, no, not, like, how to make bow tie videos. No, like, you know, I don't want to have all that. I just don't. I think it's nice, and, you know, that I was asked and whatever, but I just, it's one thing to be around, like, Caroline and people that I know, You know, Saturday we're gonna go to Carlitos' birthday party, but I just don't really have it in me right now to be around a lot of people that I don't know. Maybe if I feel differently tomorrow, I'll go over there for a little bit. I don't know. Last night, like, Alex and I sat in bed after I got up from my nap, before we went to bed, and we talked for a long time because we were talking about, like, he was like, do you want to plan a trip and go somewhere? Like, do you want to get away? Tanya was like, I think it would be really good for you guys to... Well, everybody's real worried about me. Alex is very sad. But I think because I'm here all day long, and Boo is kind of my best friend, my counterpart. Not to mention the month before, I was like getting no sleep. And I had a couple people reach out to me, like just in the last week, and they're like, I was watching your drama video and you seemed like kind of all over the place and manic, which I think is probably a pretty good description for who I am any day of the week. But no, they were sincere messages. They were sweet. And they were like, I'm a little worried about you. Are you okay? I wasn't okay at all. I mean, not at all. I was getting literally I said that in vlogs. I was getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep at night, and I was way stressed about my dog. And you know, like I said this yesterday in my vlog, I said that, I literally just lost my train of thought. I said this yesterday in my vlog, something to the effect of like I've said it throughout the last month, that I wasn't doing very good, that I wasn't getting any sleep, that I was like constantly like, anytime that I'd hear a sound or something, I was like up and I couldn't sleep and whatever. And there was a month of that, you know, where at the same time, I was like trying to film videos, and then, because that was a distraction, because in between there I was like worried about Boo Radley. It wasn't like Boo Radley was like sitting in a bed and he was just like sitting there watching me. I mean, sometimes he was, but most of the time towards the end he wasn't. You know, he was walking, and I was worried about him, and it was every video I was taking him outside and letting him be outside for a little bit, and it was hard, and no, I wasn't doing well at all. I wasn't doing well at all. And so I think that, I think to go from all of that to now nothing, like, I'm not very good at asking for what I need. Because Tanya and I had that conversation last night. And I said, I think what I need is like in a week or two, I would love for us just to like take a day trip to go like to Edinburgh, and like I don't film any videos that day, like us just be gone for a whole day, like a fall festival or whatever. She's like, let's do it. She's like, babe, you gotta ask me for what you need. And I was like, okay. Her husband called me last night. Her husband's so sweet, and he was like, I just want to let you know, like, I hadn't called you yet. I'm so sorry about Boo. And I mean, he knew Boo just as, you know, because they would take care of Boo when we were out of town and stuff like that. And but we were talking about different TV shows and stuff, and I don't know, I'm trying to be okay. I feel okay. Like, I don't feel like it was interesting yesterday at the beginning of my video, I said I'm not doing very well, and at the end of the video I said something like, don't worry about me, I'm okay. I think both of those things are true. I'm not doing that well. I miss the hell out of my dog. And it's different, and it's lonely, and it's quiet. And I'm not ready to get a replacement and put another dog in here. I'm just not. You know, I'll get to that in a second, but Alex and I talked a lot about it last night. I'm not there yet, you know, and he doesn't ever want to get another dog. So whatever dog I get will be my dog, you know, and I don't know, and I don't think his opinion's going to change about that, and that's fine. But so I'm not doing very well because I don't really know how to navigate this. You know, for 16 years of my life, we've had a dog. And the house is quiet. And I literally went from taking care of a dog 24 hours a day to being alone, taking care of nothing at all. And I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to do that. The battery stopped. I can't believe I'm at 30 minutes already. See, it's Halloween outside. I should show you guys what it looks like. It's very fallish today outside. Look at our tree, it's all orange out there. It's supposed to thunderstorm later. My mums are about dead, even though I watered them the other day. Pretty fall day for Halloween. It does feel very much like Halloween. I was kind of hoping, like, for the kids and stuff, that it would be, a little warmer, but it's actually not too bad. But like what I was saying, I don't know how to go from taking care of Boo every single day. I mean, I had a pattern now for the last month, you know, and before that I had a pattern, you know. I'd take him out, I'd film 2 videos, take him out. I mean, we've been doing this thing together, Boo and I, for a while, you know, and get up, take him out, make the bed, you know, and I'd be like, Boo, you help me make the bed. And even before all the medicine, you know, he took the gabapentin, and I don't know how to do this. Like, I'm figuring it out as I go, you know. And so, like, I'm not doing very well because I'm struggling figuring that out, but I am doing okay in that I don't want anybody to worry about me. I'm moving through this. I will be fine. And I said this in my video yesterday, and I 100% mean it. You know, it's like, and a lot of people commented on this, and they said, I don't know if people didn't make it to the end of the vlog when I said this, but I think it's like, it's so weird, like, talking about grief in our society, right? And that it's like, you can't, that you, like, if you say, like, I'm really missing my dog, or like you feel deeper for your dog than you do like somebody in your life that has passed as a human being, it's like that makes you like a horrible person. I think they're 2 completely different kinds of grief. I think they're, first of all, they're 2 completely, I've said this for a long time when it comes to grief, that like each, because people will ask me a lot of advice about grief, you know, having gone through my mom's passing and friends passing and my aunt and uncle and stuff like that. And it's like each specific incident of grief is so completely different. I think it has to do with your relationship with that person, how long you knew them, what the condition of your relationship was when they passed, how they passed. Did they pass tragically, and, you know, or was it over like a long period of time? Like, I got to stand in a hospital room and say goodbye to my mother. There are a lot of people that don't get that opportunity, that their, you know, loved one dies tragically. I think that affects a lot of it. I think, did you say everything that you wanted to say to that person, or were there a lot of things left unsaid? You know, do you feel responsible? Were there things that you feel like you could have done differently, you know? I think a lot in like mental health situations, I've even felt like that, you know, that I had a friend of mine I've talked about here before that I thought maybe if I had said something or done something different, you know. I mean, I've had a couple friends like that. I think all those things play into grief with a person. Well, when it's a pet, it's a completely different thing. How long have you had the pet? What was your life like? I mean, I said to Tanya last night something about Boo Radley. She's like, you've been through, it's been you and Boo Radley the last 2.5 years at that house every day when Alex has gone to work. She's like, you know, Tucker passed away not long after the accident. She's like, so it's really been you and Boo Radley healing, filming videos every day. I mean, and it really has, you know, and like, that's separate from Tucker and Pee-Pee. And like I said, he was just kind of my baby. All of that being said, and I said this yesterday in my vlog, you know, a lot of people had reached out to me and they said things like, this is your son, this is your child, and whatever. And I appreciate that, you know. I do feel that way. I do feel that Boo Radley was my baby. I'm not one of those dog parents, though, that wants to get in fights with people. And I said this in my vlog yesterday. I'm not one of those dog parents that wants to get in fights with people and say that my experience of having a dog is exactly similar to somebody's experience having a child. There's no comparison, and I said that in my vlog yesterday. There's no comparison whatsoever, at all, of having a child, of losing a child, of raising a child compared to a dog. There just isn't. But for those of us that have never had kids or have chosen to not have kids, our experience of having a pet is going to be the closest to having a child, you know? Now, I do think there's some crazy people out there, like that show Chimp Crazy. She, you know, and those were not necessarily pets, obviously, but she treated those chimps better than she treated her own kids. Her son said that. Her son said she treated, I can't remember what that one chimp's name was, the one that Alan Cummings, like, had worked with in the movie or whatever. But she treated those chimps, well, I mean, she thought she was treating them better. I don't know that she necessarily was, because she was, you know, they were in captivity, but, like, her son said that, like, when he came, I can't remember what that chimp's name was. I don't know. Did you hear my stomach? I got stuck there for a second. That's what Alex and his friends call it, getting stuck. Last night I got up, and, it's weird how, like, our house is never really messy, and it's not like Boo Radley was, I mean, he was never, like, when we had 3 dogs, they weren't even that messy. I mean, all of them were pretty clean, you know, Boo in the last month has had, like, a few accidents in the house, but really none of them really ever did. Tucker and Pee-Pee towards the end did a couple times. We always thought it was Boo Radley. To then find out that it was never Boo Radley. Boo Radley never had accidents, I mean, just in the last month he had a couple, but we think it was related to the Kepra, but, I've said that before, that we always thought it was Boo Radley, and then we find out that Tucker and Pee-Pee are gone and there's no more accidents in the house. Oh, there's a little squirrel over here. Did you guys hear that Peanut the squirrel, I was just reading about it on Instagram, it breaks my heart. Apparently, the guy, Peanut's dad, lives in New York. And in New York, you can't have squirrels as pets. I wondered why Thumbelina's parents moved. I think they moved from New York to Florida. But apparently in New York, you can't have squirrels as pets. I was not aware of this. I was reading the petition. He's put up a petition to sign. And so, somebody that did not like him, the dad owner, reported that he owned this squirrel. And I don't know what the DEC stands for. The Division of... Who just texted me? Hold on. I don't know what the DEC is. New York. I should look it up and see. Oh, I don't have my reading glasses, damn it. DEC. Department of Environmental Conservation. So apparently they came to take Peanut, and they're supposedly going to euthanize Peanut. I'm, like, just blown away, like, when I even read this story this morning. I just was like, I couldn't even believe it. So if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, it's Peanut. I think it's P-N-U-T, the squirrel. I just read the whole thing. I just had it pulled up. Hold on a second. Peanut. I guess it's not. I can't see. Here it is. Peanut the squirrel. Yeah, it's Peanut _ squirrel 12. And he said in here, return Peanut, the beloved squirrel, to his rightful home. And he's got this thing on here where you can sign his petition. And it goes in here and explains all of it. He's had him for 7 years. So last night I got up. When I got up from my nap, Tanya had called me again and Nikki had texted me. And so I got up and I called Tanya back, and she and I talked for a little bit. And then I got the phone with her. She was telling me what she was watching and stuff like that, and asking me what I was doing today. And I was like, I don't even know. She was like, well, she was the one that said it first. She was like, because I told her I had vlogged and whatever, and she was like, I think you should try to do it again tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I don't really know what to say. She goes, what do you really ever say on your vlog? She just started laughing. And I was like, okay. And she's like, you know, and then if Friday or Saturday you feel like making some videos, she was like, get back to making your videos. I was like, I have moments where I laugh and I feel lighthearted and I get out of it. Like, you know, last night was a little bit better, but it's like, I don't know. And I also think, and Alex said this too, I also feel like I think self-care wise and mental health wise, it's one thing for me to sit on the front porch and film a vlog. It's another thing for me to put together a drama video or like script a TV show video, which, I mean, it's not like it's huge work, but I don't know that it would be bad for me to take a couple days and just, you know, 3 or 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just not do anything but film my vlog. It might just be good for me just to relax, you know, and tonight be around loved ones with Caroline's and come back and watch some shows, and, you know, Saturday be with the family and for Carlitos' birthday, and go to brunch on Sunday, and you know, watch some TV with Alex and just kind of hang out and walk. So my plan is, what on this? And somebody even said this. They go, now you can get back on your health loss journey. I was like, well, I'd already said that. So my plan tonight is that I'm not going to beat myself up about what I eat tonight. If I want to eat some candy, I'm going to eat some candy, chili and things like that. But then tomorrow, I really want to get back into the walks. I was going to take a walk last night, and I just did not. I was too exhausted, and I didn't take a walk. So, tomorrow, I want to get back into the walking and start walking again every day. This weekend would be another good excuse to, you know, get into that long walk. And really, you know, the last month, I haven't focused much at all on my weight loss journey or getting healthy. Even having met with, like, the nutritionist and the personal trainer, I haven't really followed any of that whatsoever. And and I'm sure to a lot of people, it seemed like I was using Boo Radley as an excuse, and maybe it was, I don't know, but I just didn't really care in the grand scheme of things. I just was trying to keep my dog alive and enjoy as much time as I possibly had with him, and the reality was, in those moments, I didn't really, and I really wasn't even, like, emotionally binge eating or anything like that, which is what I've done in the past. I didn't do that at all. I mean, it's not like I've gained a ton of weight or anything. I just haven't been doing a lot of work towards losing weight or getting into health, you know? It just wasn't my focus. My focus was Boo Radley. So, this week, that's my goal. You know, grieving in the past, like with my mom, I've said this a lot before, where, like, I would say to myself, like, I don't know that at the beginning I was this conscious of it. I would say, like, 3 to 6 months later. You know, I said, and I feel differently this time. The one feeling that does seem similar with my mom and Pee-Pee and Tucker, all of it is this numbness. The anger is what feels a little bit different to me. Although I don't really feel that as much today. It's this irrational anger. I felt it with my mom, but differently. I don't know how to explain it. Like with my mom, it was like pinpointed anger. Like, I couldn't be mad at the doctors. I couldn't be mad at my mom. I couldn't be mad. So I was almost kind of mad at God. Why did you take my mom? So it's kind of like anger, like looking for something to be angry at. This time, I just feel angry. I don't today as much as I did yesterday and the day before. I just felt angry, like pissed. But it wasn't really towards anything. I just felt angry. I don't know. I think I do need to do some self-care over the weekend, and maybe that self-care looks like just vlogging and relaxing and whatnot, you know? I was saying something, and now I totally forgot what I was saying. My head's going a 1,000 different ways. The conversation Alex and I had last night, what I did after I got up last night. I don't even know what I was talking about. The difference between, I feel numb. I feel, the commonality is just numbness. Like, I just feel numb, you know? It's weird because throughout the day, like when I was talking in the vlog yesterday, it's like certain things, like seeing my neighbor yesterday, like that really was hard for me. Or like when Alex came home and he and I would talk about certain things, like it was really hard. But Alex and I were laughing last night too. There was, you know, I mean, it's not like we just sit around and we're just sad all the time, you know? I mean, I can't be that person. I just can't. And so we got laughing at one point, but Alex said to me, because Tanya was like, well, maybe, I think I was saying this before, I don't even remember what I was saying just now, but Tanya said maybe it'd be good for you guys to go out of town. I mean, our next trip that we have planned is Miami. We have no trip planned until Ultra Music Festival. And we hadn't, I mean, our plan was like, we had this wedding on New Year's. We were going to maybe go to Miami afterwards, but then because Boo was sick, we're just like, let's just go to the wedding. And then Alex was looking at hotels downtown because we were going to take Boo Radley with us, and then every hour go check on him, and we could give him his medication. We could just stay downtown and stuff like that. So I don't know what we're going to do now with the wedding, but we're not going to Mexico afterwards for New Year's. We have no trips planned until Miami. But we were talking about it last night because Tanya said, maybe you guys should just get away for a weekend, you know, maybe, you know, and then you don't have to like worry about the house, you worry about anything and whatever. And, so Alex brought it up last night. He was like, would you want to schedule just like a trip to go away for the weekend? And I said, yeah, I would love to get away for the weekend. I said, but, I said, I don't want to just get away to get away. Like, I mean, I feel like there's a getting away that we can do at home, too, you know? Like, I said, if we're going to go somewhere, I want to go somewhere for 4 or 5 days and I want to sit on a beach. Like, I want to be in the sun. I want to sit on a beach. He's like, well, me too. And I go, okay, so what does that trip look like? And we were, like, throwing out some different areas. And I said, you know what? I said, what I would really like to do more than anything, and he was like, what? And I said, I would really like to go into 2025 with no credit card debt. And if we schedule a trip between now and then, and he goes, I agree. And he goes, because right now we're debt free. So, you know, no mortgage. I have no car payment, obviously. You know, it's like, we're doing good. So I was like, I would like to go into 2025 completely debt free. And I said, what we should do is plan, get our, you know, book our stuff for Miami, and then figure out what we want to do after Miami. And he was like, well, do you want to stay in Miami, like at the one or something, or do you want to go somewhere like Turks and Caicos or, you know, Mexico or whatever? I was like, let's do that. I'm not thinking about, I talked to Tanya a lot about it last night because, well, it's interesting because now people are kind of like pushing. They're like, not pushing, but they're like suggesting that they think that not tomorrow, but like in a month or two would be a good time for me to get a dog, and I'm just not there yet. I'm just not at all. And I was talking to Tanya about, I'd seen these rescues online. I was asking her about different breeds and stuff like that. I was looking at this. So this is where I kind of know that, like, I'll feel it in my heart. Well, first of all, we've never had a female dog. I'm not opposed to it, but we just have never had a female dog. But where I, like, if this situation arised, like, next year, I probably would jump at it. Because I love bonded pairs. And there was a rescue, and it's a Havanese, I think that's how you pronounce it. I asked Tanya what she thought, because there's, like, a lot of rescues of Havaneses. And she's like, I love Havaneses. She's like, they're very sweet. I said, I want something that kind of looks a little bit like Boo Radley, but stays small. And she's like, no, they're great dogs. She's like, Havaneses are great dogs. And so there's a mother, and then that's like 3. And she was rescued because she was owned to breed. And when they got rid of her, they got rid of her and her one puppy of the litter that they couldn't sell. And that puppy's 3 months old now. So you would have to adopt her and the puppy together. And I love that story. But I'm not at a place to get a dog right now. And so Tanya and I were talking about it last night, and she's like, well, when do you think? And I said, hell, I don't know, Tanya. I said, definitely not until after we get back from Florida. You know, I mean, for the past 16 years, every time we've traveled, I've worried about a dog. I want to be able to take a trip or two and not have to do that, you know? And I said, then after we get back from that, Jesse and Fufu will have had their baby, and we're going to want to go visit them. And I said, then we'll probably do something for our birthday. I said, I don't know, maybe this summer. She goes, so if something came up, I said, don't tell me that you have a dog right now. She said, no. I said, no, I don't. She's like, no, I don't. But Tanya, like, she works with a lot of rescues and whatever, and so stuff will come up. And she's like, I'm just asking, like, if a dog that I said, if a dog that you thought, because I do believe that rescues find their owners. And she's like, and I said, if you found a dog that you thought we would make a good home for, It's so funny because, like, both her and Caroline, I've talked to them about, like, Alex saying that, like, it'll be your dog, you know? Like, and I get real upset about that. And he's just like, I don't understand. He's like, I just don't want that emotional tie to it, you know, and whatever. And both Caroline and, he's like, I'll love the dog. I'll take care of the dog. I'll feed the dog. I'll take the dog outside. It just will be your dog, not mine. And I don't understand the difference in that, really. And so when I say it to Caroline and Tanya, they both start laughing. And they're like, every dog I've ever brought in this house has been my dog. It's never, like, Tanya's like, it's never been Eric's dog. And Caroline's like, it's never been Mike's dog. And both of them have said, and all the dogs end up liking them better, you know? So I don't know. But I said to Tanya, I said, yeah, if something comes along and you're like, this is a perfect match for Peter, then let me know. I said, but no, I'm not at a place yet. I just am not. I said, it feels like a betrayal to Boo, which I know Boo, whatever. I mean, he's a dog and it's not like he knows, and he's gone. It doesn't even feel like he's been gone that I even want to think about it. I mean, I know people, like, I've even recommended that to people before, like, that are really sad. Like, get another dog. Like, but I'm not there yet. I don't know that I'll be there for a long time. Like, Boo's absence is really significant to me. I did not realize how bonded that little guy and I, that we were. I mean, I'm just really feeling it really, really deep and really heavy. So no, we're not planning any trips anytime soon. I mean, we might at the last minute be like, let's get away for a weekend and go to Chicago or Louisville or whatever, but I don't think so. And I'm okay with that, you know? I was kind of okay. I mean, we knew that we weren't going to go anywhere because of Boo anyway. Taking care of Boo was like our first priority, and so we weren't planning on going out of town, you know, until March. And we didn't really know what we were going to do in March. I mean, honestly, we were thinking about just going out of town from, like, Ultra was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the 25th anniversary, so we knew that we were going to go. And so we were like, well, I mean, we even talked about possibly, like, driving down there and staying in a hotel where we could take Boo. Like, I mean, the fact that Alex even entertained that when he said he would never fly or drive to Florida again, I mean, and just being down there for like 3 days, you know, because we were like, what do? We can't, like, you know. And then Tanya was like, she knew some people that could stay with Boo, you know, basically like 24-hour nursing care. But we were just going to go down there for like Friday through, and we were going to fly in Friday, fly out, you know, like Monday morning after the festival. And we weren't even sure if we were going to do that. Like, towards the end, I was like, well, if you have to go, then I'll just not go, and I'll take care of Boo. And Alex is like, I'm not going to let that happen, then we'll just not go. So we weren't even sure that we were going to go. And that was March. And we're talking right now, it's October, you know? It's so weird, because just last week, or the end of last weekend, when he was doing a little bit better, I was like, because I had said, like, when all this started, I was like, I just want him for like one more Halloween, you know, just one more Halloween. I didn't even care about Christmas. I was just like, just one more Halloween. And so this weekend I said, we got one more Halloween out of him at least, you know. And now it's Halloween and he's gone. And I'm trying to be like excited about Halloween, but I don't really care, if you want to know the truth. I mean, I'm not going to let it ruin further Halloweens for me, but, like, last night I was like, you haven't even watched any Halloween. I haven't watched one Halloween movie this entire year. I've watched some scary movies, but I was like, tomorrow maybe, you know, you should watch Hocus Pocus and watch the original Halloween. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm excited about being at Caroline's house because I think I need to be around some people and take a shower and wear something cute and maybe just, which will include a hat, because I'm not pulling it together tonight, I'm just not. And getting out of this house, but I'm just like, I don't care. And I love Halloween, and it's my favorite holiday, and I don't care that it's Halloween, because he's not here. And I know that that might seem childish and it might seem petty and whatever, but I don't have tons in my life. My dog was one of the huge things I had in my life, and I miss him, and I don't care that it's Halloween this year. I just don't. I mean, it's pretty, and I'm happy for other people, and I don't want to ruin anybody else's Halloween, and I hope that I feel differently tonight, and I am going to go inside after I get done with this vlog, and I am going to put on, I think I'm going to put on Halloween 3, actually, because that was the one last year that I really liked, and just try to have it on in the background, and try to get into a Halloween mood a little bit. I'm not dressing up or wearing a costume tonight, I'm just going to wear something comfortable, but, I mean, it's going to be cool anyway, so, and hopefully I can get a little bit more excited about it, and, you know, have a little apple cider tonight. No alcohol apple cider. Whenever I say that, people in the United States get it, that apple cider doesn't have, like, we're talking about literally apple cider, that's like squeezed apples. But if I say it, other people are like, are you talking about hard cider? Like, no. You know, it's such a blessing of recovery. It's like, I did a Q&A, which I haven't done yet, but I put the questions up on my Instagram not too long ago. What time is it? Oh, Alex texted me. Hold on a second. Oh, I just learned a week ago that you can edit your text. He texted me morning, and oh, there I have to edit again. See, I don't have my reading glasses on, so I can't. First, I put morning with I answered him, morning with a question mark. Then I edited it to morning with a 1, because I thought that was the exclamation mark then. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Literally just learned that you can edit your text. Or I guess I knew you could do it, but I just learned how to do it. Oh, he texted me back. Now I totally forgot what I was saying. It doesn't matter. Nothing that I'm saying is important, I guess. It is a really pretty Halloween day. All the leaves are blowing and stuff, but I kind of feel like in some weird way, like, remember when I said that I was excited about Christmas more than I really was Halloween this year, which is strange. I think in some weird way I kind of knew. I either knew that he was going to make it through Halloween, like innately. I was so hopeful, I really was. I mean, I was like, I said to Alex the other night, well, if we make it to Christmas, and he just kind of looked at me like, and this was before it got bad, I was like, I don't know, I really thought that we were going to, but I'm going to go inside, I'm going to watch some kind of Halloween, put some kind of Halloween movie on, and then tonight when I get back from Caroline's, I don't know if we'll stop at Melissa's or not, and then I'm going to finish Teacup. Last night I got caught up on Teacup last night when I finally sat down and watched TV. I'm having a really hard time focusing right now on, like, even watching TV shows, even making it through a TV show. I did a load of laundry last night, folded the laundry, cleaned up the kitchen. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Like, our house, I keep on jumping from subject to subject. This was probably about a half an hour ago. Our house is, like, so clean right now. And it was never like it was ever dirty anyway. Like I was saying, like, with Boo, Pee Pee, and Tucker, it's not like they were ever, like, dirty. This is how I was talking about them going potty inside the house, which they hardly ever did. But with Boo, in the last month, his eating in the kitchen is like, like somebody said motorboating. It's like, I mean, it's literally everywhere in the kitchen. And then he walks through it, and he drags it into the living room. And so it's like 4 to 5 times a day that we're like, with the shark vacuum in the kitchen, sweeping up the vacuum, brooming the vacuum, sweeping up the brooming it, sweeping up the the kitchen, and cleaning up the kitchen. It's constant, you know, it's constant. And so, and just, you know, like him backing into the water bowl and there being water everywhere. I'm like, oh, Boo Radley, why'd you back into your water bowl? And then I'm cleaning it up. There's a huge, you know, whatever. And he's a little tongue out. You know, like, what did I do, Dad? You know? And it's weird. It's so weird. It's like, the house is like so clean and spotless now. You know? It's just, I got kind of used to, like, I would come into the bedroom and you could see a dip in the pillow. Or like one of our sides where he would like sleep, you know, when we weren't there, you could see the dip in the pillow. And in the last, you know, couple weeks, he hasn't been jumping on the bed. We haven't had him sleep on the bed because the camera stopped. Can't believe I'm at an hour. But we wouldn't have him sleep on the bed because we didn't want him to fall off, even though we had like all the pillows and stuff around it. So we just slept on the floor. But it's like those small things that you notice, you know, that are hard, like the dents in the pillow. And I mean, as much as we have vacuumed and cleaned, it's like I still find little treats on the floor. He wasn't even really eating treats at the end. He was just eating food, you know? I can't put the dog beds away yet. I was kind of hoping that Halloween would be a distraction. And then last night, I just was like, before I was really certain I was going to vlog or whatever, because Tani was like, I think it's good for you, you know, she's like, it was good for you. You had it, you know, whatever. Everybody said that. Alex said it, Nikki said it, whatever. And, but I wasn't sure if I was going to vlog today or not. And then I was like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I could watch this Halloween movie, or I could put that Halloween movie in the, and do what? And do, I mean, it's raining right now. I'm not going to go take a walk in the rain. And do what? You know? And I'm not filming videos. And I don't want to sit and listen to an audiobook. So this has been helpful to me. So thank you. You guys, thank you for providing a safe place. I mean, this is such a safe place for me. I really appreciate it. A safe place to just come and talk. And the unbelievably, first of all, there were so many comments, and since I've gotten so many DMs and emails from people, but the comments on yesterday's video were just overwhelmingly, I mean, just so much love and kindness and support. So many of you guys sharing things with me. I actually got, like, I've heard other YouTubers talk about this, but very rarely do I ever get them. Quite a few people sent me super chats last night, which I thought were super thanks. I guess super chats are for live streams. Super thanks. Oh, I don't have my reading glasses on. I wanted to thank the people that did it. I don't know if I can see. I can't probably see the name, so I'll have to do that tomorrow. But I just want to thank you. Don't ever feel like you have to do that. And I got a couple cameo bookings where people were like, you don't even have to do the cameo. I just wanted to send you some love. And I was so sweet. But all the comments on there that people sent me and all the love and sharing stories of what you guys have gone through and whatever, I just, you know, I said this in my vlog yesterday and I meant it. It's like, it really shows the quality of people that you guys are. And it says so much about you and has nothing to do with me whatsoever, you know? And I'm a big believer that when you're willing to turn your wounds into wisdom to help somebody else, that's genuinely acts of kindness, you know? And that so many of you did that and shared what you were going through and had lost cats and dogs and things like that. And it was really helpful to read. It made me feel not so all alone. And I'm really grateful for that. And I do think that I'm going to continue to vlog through this weekend unless I just, like, you know, I can't. But tomorrow I probably will definitely. I don't know, I might. Every day I might venture out and make a video or two on one of my other channels. And maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be like, you know what, I'm tired of sitting around here. I'm going to whip out the fan and laugh and do something video. I'll probably start with something slow, like an AITA video or a Q&A or something like that. But, I don't know, maybe this weekend I will do that and get back into the groove of things. I don't feel like it today, but maybe tomorrow I will, you know. Alex is going to be gone all day tomorrow, so I said to Alex last night, I said, you know, like, all this time all I've wanted to do is just, like, sit and watch TV. Now I have these days and I just can't sit and watch TV, you know? It's like, I can't just sit. I don't know. And it's like, I'm sad, but it's not like I'm, like, devastated 24 hours. I mean, you know, I don't think I've lost anybody where I've been like, I couldn't function and do other things. You know, it's like, I still could put one foot in front of the other. Oh, there's the mail. I wonder if we got anything good. It doesn't look like it. I have all this food I'm going to take over to Caroline's house, food and dog treats, because I've ordered so many dog treats and stuff. If I don't get it together today, I'm going to take it. I'll give it to her next Wednesday, but I don't know. Every day I make videos, and that's what I do, and I don't feel like I'm ready to flip a fan yet. And so many people are like, just do it when you're ready. Don't feel rushed and whatever, and I appreciate that, and I don't feel ready today. But tomorrow I might feel ready. Tomorrow I might feel different. Why is she taking a delivery up to the door? Does the mail person usually take packages up to the door? Our regular mail guy, he got knee surgery, and I think he's going to be out like 6 weeks or something like that. I don't know. Seems so weird that it's Halloween. Oh, the other day on my vlog before all this happened, I said something about, can you believe that it's the middle of November already? And somebody said, Peter, it was like the 28th or 27th of October, and somebody said, Peter says, can you believe it's the middle? When I was going through the calendar, I was like saying what the weather was. This is what I was doing, and I was like going through the weather calendar. Hold on. And like when you go through the daily calendar and you look at it, like the last date on here, I think it was like the 11th or 10th then, but now it's the 14th, and you can see it's going to be six. This is like how I first had to start wearing reading glasses, when you hold the menu out. If you've been there, you know. Not with me, but like if you, okay, so it's going to be 60 on the 14th. And I was like, can you believe it's almost already the middle of November? I meant on the weather thing. Like, I mean, that's 2 weeks out. I know it sounds silly. Tomorrow it's going to be, today's supposed to be 68, thunderstorms, cloudy with occasional rain showers. Tomorrow 57, 64, 70. Oh, wow. 70 and 74 and 71. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I can't think that far ahead. Oh, you know what? I brought out this lighter, the orange Halloween lighter, because I was going to light my candles. I was going to light my pumpkin candle for one last time. See, that's like something that gets me sad. I don't know why. Like that saying like the one last time thing. Like I feel like I've been doing that a lot the last couple days. Like thinking about one last time, like, with Boo Radley or doing something like that. A lot of you have sent me like poems and passages and things like that have been like really, really helpful. I just want to say I really appreciate all that. It's really kind. I mean, I've always gotten emotional in my vlogs, but just because I'm getting emotional doesn't mean that I'm not okay. I have my moments, but I think I'm going to continue to try to vlog through the weekend. I don't know, I might take a day or two off. We'll just see. I'm taking it day by day right now. But right now my plan is to continue to vlog through the weekend and then get back to my other videos on Monday. Because this is really helping me just to hang out and talk to you guys. And thank you for even being there. Just watching my videos. I mean, somebody said yesterday, a couple people said this, but... and a couple people sounded off in the replies, but somebody said, because I said thank you for being there for me, and somebody said you've been there for us through things you don't even know. Like that means so much to me that you guys said that to me, like in that middle of like, that this just feels like such a reciprocal relationship, and I just really, really appreciate that somebody said like in this moment that they were like, but you've been there for us and you didn't even know it because of the things that we've gone through, and your vlogs and whatever have helped with that, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you even being here. If you only turn on 5 minutes, at least somebody's watching 5 minutes of my vlog, and that's at least one person. I always said if there were at least 1 or 2 people watching my vlog, I continue to do it. So here I am. And you guys are helping me get through this, and I appreciate it. And the battery's flashing, so I'm not going to get another battery. I'm going to end it. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. If you celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween. I hope that you have the best day ever. I hope that my attitude did not bring you down about Halloween. Okay, I did have to go get another battery because it just stopped. So I was like, well, I can't just leave them hanging. But I was saying, I hope I didn't ruin your Halloween by my, I mean, I still love Halloween. I do. I'm not feeling it this year, But my mom loved Halloween. It was one of her favorite holidays. She loved getting dressed up every year and having a Halloween party. And my whole family's loved Halloween, and I've loved Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. Maybe in the next hour or two, I'll get real into it. Maybe I just needed to get on here today, you know, and talk about this. I was real excited about this week as far as videos. I had this whole funny Halloween rant that I was going to be doing over on my drama channel video, and then I had a bunch of like Halloween stuff that I was going, I'm getting real sad to say this, but I had a bunch of Halloween stuff that I was going to review on my review channel, and the Halloween scary movies that I was going to review on my Peter Watches TV channel, you know, and life happens, and life goes on, and stuff happens, right? And there will be other Halloweens, and that's okay, you know, and it's just like stuff happens. So, like I said yesterday, I'm not the only person that's lost a dog this week, let alone that day, you know. Thousands of people probably lost pets that day. I'm not the only one. It's not a unique experience just to me, but in that moment it felt like that. It felt like, you know, it was just happening to us, and now I'm rambling. So I hope that you guys have a magically amazing Thursday. Like I said, if you celebrate Halloween, have the most bewitching, magical, scary, spooky, amazing Halloween in the entire world. Live it up. I'm gonna go inside and try to get into the mood. I really am, because I owe it to myself, I owe it to my husband, my cousin, everybody else, and I owe it to little Boo Radley too. You know, after my mom passed away, my friend and I, her moms passed away a year apart, and they used to love to dance in the kitchen, and so we would say, we're gonna dance in the kitchen because they can't, you know, and Boo Radley, he lived life. He just really did, that little guy, and so I think I'm gonna take that attitude and try to have the best time tonight and have the best Halloween. And thank you guys just for being there. It means more than you'll ever know. And I love you guys so much. And if nobody else told you this today, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.